what he was speaking about, she asked me and she told me, please, can you show me the picture? And I told her, I can't. I'm sorry. But I, like, forget about it. I basically told the guy, you can't fucking, like, change the topic. You can't be talking about that. And when he did, kinda, that she noticed, I fucking told him, dude, what the fuck? Like, dude, I told you, you know. And then when she told me, and she asked me, like, man, please, I just need to see it. I told her, I can't. No can do. I'm sorry. I love you with all my heart, and but I can't. I just can't. And she understood, and I still beg for this day. She never had to wash it. She never begged anybody else. You know, I told her, no, I can't. I just can't. You know. And so, yeah. It is a really hard thing to do, man, because I grew up with him and his mom. One of my first, um, one of my first breakfasts was with him and his brother, with Anthony. I remember that morning very well, and I wanted to eat that breakfast, and I remember eating bacon with eggs, and I don't know what else, but it was so good. And I remember they had Mortal Kombat Armageddon, and they got some alien shit and some plane scheme. I don't know. I don't know if it was PlayStation, you name it. Yeah, bro. I remember all that, and it was wild. It was wild. And so yeah, you know that now they don't leave on their house. None of them. Not even my other best friend. He's my friend's brother. He's also my best friend, but he just ever since he got married, you could say he jumped out of society and he said fuck that. But yeah, it's hard. And I've learned not everybody got the chance to live like us, and we should be grateful all the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the way. Like, no matter your situation, if you don't have a roof and you don't have any fucking water, you don't have any food, be grateful you're alive, you know.
I mean,
I'd be grateful.
that's
I
a
told my
different
dad the other
situation
day,
though. If you don't have a roof and you're a hobo, like the hobo life, like that's a different little situation because they're living
no,
their
I
own
know,
type of hell. You know what I
obviously,
mean?
and it's hard to keep up, but you still gotta be grateful,
Yeah.
you
That you're
know.
not. Yeah. Well, that you got me on. You can be very grateful for not being the hobo
You be
yourself,
great. You have
or
to be
having.
grateful of being alive and be able to breathe. You know how many people are suffering for life because they want to live and they're battling against something, a sickness, whatever, and they can't, and we are able to do so,
Right.
and we're out there. It's hard. I've seen Big Mac's mom trying to fight for her life. I see my granny fight for her life on that bed, and I was like, it hits you. You don't want to see it no more. That's why I got really depressed and really mad at one point because I told my dad I don't want to go see her no more like that. You know, like, like she took care of me, and I don't want to see her like that no more. And when they made me, and then I seen her, and when I saw her worse. That
Well,
shit hit me hard.
sometimes,
I was
and
like,
you're right, but sometimes they kind of need you there because think of it like
that's
this.
why they told me, dude.
Yeah,
That's why
because
they told me.
sometimes they
Yeah,
need your
she
help to
needs
get
you.
through that moment because they're going through a whole bunch of pain during that moment. So during the
Yeah,
moment, you need to sit down and help them with like, what's going on. And just being there during their most painful moments helps. Even if it sucks to see them like that, of course you don't want to see it like that. But it lets them know that you do care and you got to a point. See,
yeah,
with my grandpa Mike, which we did do a lot for him, which was cool. We did it. We saw him a lot, and Grandma Bunny, we saw him a lot. But we got to the point to where we didn't see them all the time. And trust me, there's a bunch of times where I think about Grandma Bunny, And she knows I tried, but there could have been more. And then Grandpa Mike, man, that's another one that I kind of feel bad for. We did as much as we could for him. And then at his funeral, we did half the funeral, and then we left because of, shit that I won't get to disclosing right now. But yeah, it was just one of those things that you gotta have respect for the dead, and it just kind of gets to it, and it's just it's just life is very short so very quickly, and how it can turn from this to that like it's nothing. So yeah, no,
Yeah,
you do gotta appreciate the life that you do,
I
and
should have, no matter what. I try to remind, even when I'm mad. I know, I got pissed earlier because of my food, but I try to remind myself, to be happy nonetheless, and that's why I told my dad, I'm trying to be fine with that. I'm not gonna eat my meat. But as soon as I noticed he was gonna, he got pissed already. I got pissed. I was like, all right, well, you know what? Well, fuck it, bring me that fucking cat. And that's exactly what I did. I fucking whooped his fucking ass, which he's probably still thinking about. And he's my favorite cat, one of my favorite cats till now. And I'm sorry, but my dad tells me he like,
I don't think you're
you know,
necessarily in the wrong for that, because your cat stealing your food is a no-go, and I do think you putting. I mean, a lot of people might disagree with me, but that's your food. The cat
you
should
know,
not be stealing your food. So it's not like I've done some worse things. Just you slapped the cat. All right, I've done, like, because of the life that happened. I've done more, and I may be judged for it, but because it's the anger got the best of me sometimes when it happened, and they would be fighting with each other, and I didn't want anybody to get hurt really, so it ended up it's just violence is just never the answer, and I will
yeah,
forever be sorry for what I do, and if I do, I don't do crazy things, but sometimes I do get mad, and there's been times where they got into the fight still, and I of course had to fucking throw down the authority, because I don't think straight sometimes, and I'll just start doing. Well, I mean, I do. I
you're
think
telling me,
it's
you're
either
telling me.
you know.
I remember. I'm gonna tell you this. Hopefully, you don't get mad at me. Like my ex did when I told her this. When I told her this, she basically want to end up with me. I was like, dude, but you need to understand. No, I don't fucking care. And I was like, damn, all right. But I remember I lost control over myself, which is also important to have control over yourself. The last time I remember losing control of myself was because of my cousin. I was okay. So in this time on that day, I was bullying Sahori with Sahori's friends. I told them like basically do him this or throw him with some, and they did it. And then, I came back. We were done. I came back and I fell asleep on Sahori's mom's couch, right?
Mhm.
Alright, no problem. But it seems like my cousin, which is Sahori's mom's sister, she saw me giving the order for the friend Sahori to bully him, and yeah. As soon as she noticed that, she told me like, hey, in front of everybody. Everybody was there in the living room, like not even the family, like people from the neighborhood and shit. And she told me, oh, what do you do? Oh, why would you do this to my son? Blah 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 blah. And then Sahori started crying. He was like, oh yeah, you always treat me wrong. Blah 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 blah. And I was like, huh, okay. I already felt like, really, 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 really bad, and I felt the guilt. So I was like, I asked Sahori's mom, who told you this? Oh, my sister. Oh yeah, your sister? Okay, thank you. And I backed out from the house while they were basically were trashing me. And I went to her house, and she had the dog out because she knew I was coming. She literally knew I was coming. She had the dog out, so I couldn't get in. 'Cause I was trying to get in, but I couldn't because the dog doesn't like nobody. So the dog was like, "You're not coming in." And I told her like, "What? Why would you do that? Why would you trash me while I'm fucking sleeping?" And she told me, "Oh, what you did was wrong, blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Oh, what I did was wrong. All right, don't worry. I don't want to see you in the streets in the neighborhood no more." And I literally kept that a fact. I said, I don't. You're gonna have to hide there until I fucking say so, because you're not coming out. And if I see you out in the street, I'm gonna fucking slap you. I'm gonna fucking slap you right in the fucking face. And I remember people from the neighborhood coming to me like, "Hey man, like, oh shit, like, no man, calm down." Nobody was aggressive to me because they know my anger was out of fucking this earth. And I was like, remember that. If I see you in the streets, and I'm gonna be in the streets every day, I'm gonna fucking slap the shit out of you, and you won't remember.
People like to test my anger, and they just tell me to calm down, and it's just, and they like to poke the bear for me. So for some reason,
and they told me, and I told them back, like, no, she can't be disrespecting me like that. I'm her cousin, and she gonna disrespect me, like, you know, blah 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 blah. And I was just saying fucking, you know, shit and shit, and then, you know, they try to convince me to calm down, but I couldn't. I was just heading back home. And then I told my granny. My granny didn't want to know about my fucking cousin, about Daisy. And, yeah, it was a time where she didn't talk to Daisy. Daisy didn't talk to my granny. She didn't came here for a while because of the same problem, you know. And then I remember the last problem we had, because of the same fucking problem, it was because we were in the, how do you call it, where you play basketball on the basketball court. We have a basketball court in the neighborhood. So we were there, and I was my best friend, Anthony. You know, Anthony's brother of Matthew, my best friend that passed away. So my other best friend, which is Matthew's brother, which is also my best friend, that I grew up with them both, he was telling me to play chess with him in Daisy's chest. And, you know, when I didn't talk to Daisy because of what happened, and Daisy didn't talk to me because I fucking basically told her to not come out of her house, you know, because I would slap her if I did. And as soon as she saw me playing with Anthony with her chest, sorry, she said, "Oh, I don't want him playing with my chest," so blah, 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 blah. She came in front of us, and then my best friend said, "Hey, like, why? You should, you know, it's just a chess game, you know, let us play for once." And then she said, "No, I'm taking it." And as soon as before she took it, I woke up with, like, with you could say aggressivity, like with pressure. From sitting to being up, I did that really fucking fast, you could say. And then I said, alright, and then I fucking seemed like I was about, I fucking put my arm behind my fucking back like I was about to slap her. And she basically backed out thinking I was gonna slap her, and my best friend got in the way thinking I was gonna slap her. But all I did was slap the fucking, chess toys, you could say. The chess thing we're playing with in the chess. I slapped that from the chest, and then I took the chess table and I threw it away really high like a frisbee. And then they all thought I was gonna slap my fucking cousin, but I didn't. And then my cousin took one of the fucking chess things, because I threw them away. It seems like one of them fell into her leg or something. She took it and she threw it at my face. I blocked it. It hit my ear or something, I remember. And I laughed at her face, and then she got really pissed because I fucking threw her chest away. And I was like, if I'm not playing, nobody's fucking playing. I threw the chest and everything away into the grass, everything. She couldn't, if she were to take everything back, she would take hours to look it back and take everything, every piece of the chest back into the table or whatever, you know what I mean? Or into the box. And so, that was the last problem we had. Now she's a wrestler. I went to look her out, and she's doing very, very well, and we're proud of her. But you know, that time around, I was not having it. I told her, you gotta respect me, or you gotta respect me. I don't give a fuck. Because you don't respect me, I'm not gonna respect you in the streets. And believe me, I be in the streets more often than you fucking think. And if I have to fucking slap your fucking face, I don't give a fuck who you are, because you disrespected me first. I'ma fucking do it, because that felt like a fucking slap, you know. Her sister telling me what to do and not what to do, and what I did was wrong, and blah 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 blah, in front
Yeah.
of other people. That felt like a
All
slap,
that
and I was
bullshit
like,
and
all
shit.
right, who was it? Who was the snitch? Oh, this was the snitch. I was like, alright, say no more. I didn't even told her anything bad. You know, she has nothing to blame, or she's defending her son, which I would do that too. So I didn't told her anything. I didn't told anything to Sahori. I didn't tell him anything. Like fuck you, or I hate you. Nothing, 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 nothing. I went straight to my cousin. I told her, why you have to do that? You know, we're having fun. Why? Oh, because you deserve it. You've been doing this and that. I was like, oh, I deserve it? Alright, I don't want to see you in the streets from now on. And I remember her boyfriend was there in front of her. Her boyfriend by that time. And he didn't do anything. I
Right.
was
And
like,
it
I
was
dare
like,
anybody right now. You guys are in the neighborhood to do something. I will fucking slap the shit out of anybody. I don't give a fuck. My anger was, on control. My anger was in control, not me. And that's why I felt like everybody, even her boyfriend, gave me the respect, because he could have come out and say, all right, put your hands up, I don't give a fuck. And then what I had to do, fight back? Yeah, I would have to, because he's defending it. But he probably noticed. I was right. He
right.
was like, damn, this nigga's so pissed. He's probably fucking right. You know what I mean? He didn't do
Yeah.
anything. Nobody did anything. I was like, she's my cousin. She's betraying me. She's not even supposed to be doing this type of shit. Blah, 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 blah. And so,
So on and so
that was the
forth and all
last
that
time I
shit.
fucking lost my control, and like my anger take full control of everything. Even though my anger knows who to fucking hurt in situations, who deserves it. It's like it becomes black and white, you could say. That's how I can tell you, because I've been in this type of anger many times. It becomes black and white, and your target becomes a type of reddish target, and
Yeah,
that's
I
and
know
that's
that
it.
feeling, if I'm being honest.
That's it for them, because you only feel like you just want to fucking hurt them until they're begging for their lives, until they're bleeding. That's actually how I feel most of the time when I'm on that type. And so, even my dad's fucking strength couldn't hold me when that happened one time, because I think I told you this. He told me, "Oh, shut the fuck up, motherfucker." So I thought like he was telling motherfucker to my granny, like, oh, motherfucker. So like, oh no, wait, I thought, mom, never mind. I thought he was telling me to my dad, because my dad was speaking to him, like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this, blah blah blah. And my dad was holding me back with his arms, dude, with full strength, 100%. And as soon as that nigga said, shut the fuck up, you motherfucker, I felt like that wasn't for me, that was for my dad. So I felt like the image of him telling motherfucker to my granny, and I was like, and then I only remember parts of it. I can't really, like, I just remember, like, when when fucking, that red light, when they hit
When he went
Piccolo, and
Super
then
Saiyan
Gohan,
2.
and then, no, he went, no, yeah, that, and Beast Gohan, and Beast Super Saiyan, remember? That was exactly me. When he said that, I remember my right arm, taking my dad's arms, and just with one fucking push, taking his arms away of my fucking body. And as soon as I felt that, like, the freedom of I could actually hurt him, I just fucking, phew! I teleported and I just fucking went to his nigga's face, and I was like, you're done. I punched him one punch in the face. He went to the ground. I kept punching him in the face. I remember Matthew, my best friend that passed away. I got killed, which I got all the depression. He was there and he told me you gave him that Uncharted punch. You gave him the Uncharted punch. You ran, then you jumped, like in the air, and then you put your punch like back your fucking how do you call it? Behind your fucking, like head, and then literally fucking hit it one punch and told him to the ground. And I was like, damn, Matthew, you remember all that? He was like, yeah, you felt like you seem like a main character. And then your dad came back to you, but it was too late. You already gave him like fucking 5 fucking blows.
Yeah, I've had a moment like that.
He was already begging for his life, and I was like, wow, I can't believe you remember all that. I didn't remember he was there. That's how blinded I was. You know what I mean? Like, your focus becomes one target, and dude, it's not even good. I remember not happening with him, happening with other people too, and it was not good at all. Because I've been bullied, bro, and I've suffered. I remember people throwing shit from afar to me, and one of them hit my eye so hard, I started crying. Like, I thought I was gonna be blind from that eye, and thank God I wasn't blind from that eye. But dude, they saw me screaming. As soon as they hit me with that, they saw me screaming for help. They saw me screaming for a dear life.
You know, I've never had a moment where I screamed for dear life.
I remember seeing them, and they ran away because they got scared of what they did. They got scared so much of their own actions, they run away. They thought they were gonna go to jail or something.
There's only been one thing that ever got me. It was that dog bite. But every time I've ever took a hit, I've ever been able to take it and then come back with a fucking unbelievable power and annihilate my opponent. But there've been a couple of times where I scared some people, and it's like, you know, I did know. I let it happen, and I was there. There was a couple of times, not fully. But after a while, I didn't get to watch it because it's just like, you know, you can't to do something, you know, I thought about it constantly and I didn't do shit like that. But, you know, it's not like it was, I don't know, you just didn't want to go beyond and beyond and just got to a point to where you didn't just, if you did it, you know, you'd be crossing a line. I
don't like hitting women either. I have to admit, I've hit women when I was a kid.
I never have.
I remember.
I was always.
I remember playing hide and seek with those kids in the neighborhood. You know, it was girls and boys, don't matter. And one of the girls, I you know, I was chasing them because I saw them. I chasing them, and they were hiding behind the hidden. No, they were hiding behind a metal pool, a metal pipe, you could say. They were hiding behind a metal pipe, and as soon as I noticed about them, they really got fucking freaked out. And so when I was about to attack them, she fucking hit me with the. She hit me with the broken metal pipe, and I remember getting hit in my forehead, and I was like, wow. And then I just was playing no more.
I've been hit in the head with a metal bat before.
And she started hitting me back, and I was like, ah. And I know she doesn't forget that, nor I do. But yeah,
you know,
bro.
there was one time someone hit me with a metal bat, and they got me good, and they tried doing it again.
Bat?
Oh, I've been hit with a lot of shit. I won't even lie to you.
Damn, how the fuck are you still alive? They didn't hit you on the head, right?
They did, straight on the head. But the next time they tried to swing, I caught that shit like it was Naruto. I caught it one-handed, and I took it away from him.
Dude, you're
ran
so lucky, bro.
Me? Nah, dude. I'm thinking.
No. I mean your head. probably didn't hit you as hard,
No, he did.
but
He
you
gave
know, you
me
should have.
a. There's been a lot of times to where dude, I should have passed out when
My
a dog
first
fucking
ever
bit my
drawing in
arm.
the
If I'm
social
being honest
media
with you.
was about this surfist that got hit by a baseball metal bat,
Like,
in
I
the
have a
head, and
pretty
the first
strong
hit killed
tolerance to
him.
pain, to be honest. So it's kind of tough. I've been training my body
Which
for a
I'm
long
really
time.
proud of. I'm glad you're here with me, bro. Bro, I remember
No,
having
that
a.
wouldn't take me out, trust me. But that definitely was angry. But I didn't, you know what though? I didn't chase after him. I remember being angry about it, but I picked it up and then I just held it and I gave it to the parent and I was done. I went home that day. But
Wow.
cause I know I always known better. There's only been the only times I've ever gone beyond, and it was a couple of times is when I was scared, and honestly, the only times I go beyond is pretty much with you. So it's not like I'm gonna kill anybody during the time. So
Um, how do you call the big guy in the dark world of the neighborhood?
the
Um,
bully.
no. The one that's, he's basically the boss of the neighborhood of the dark world. He's basically, you know, um,
I don't know.
in here we have a word for it. We have bichote. Hi, Big Mac.
What's up, Big Mac?
Yo, Big Mac, what is bichote in English? Bichote in English. What is the word in English? There you go. Yeah. Okay, so the you know the king of the narcos of the neighborhood. You know what I
So
mean, Clockwork?
yeah, so like pretty much the dark web. I get what you mean. Someone that owns the darkest of right.
He owns everything of the dark world in the neighborhood. That's what I'm trying to say, right? He owns all that. So I was in my time when I was a kid. I was fighting with the Bichota's son. You know, with that guy's son, because the son he had the attitude to, and he was trying to bully me, and he had a baseball metal bat. And I was like, oh, you got that beard back. I went to my house and I got, the things that you get for the fucking leaves to clean the leaves outside. I got that because that was everything I got in the backyard. So I was like, and that was, I went there, I got that, and I went back to that guy's son, and I was like, what are you gonna do now? I got this. And even though I think he knows he would have beat me easily because he got a baseball bat, he gave me the respect because I came back with a weapon, no matter what weapon it was. He was like, alright, I give you respect. And
See, the
until this
fact
day,
is that I got
he
hit with the
respects me.
baseball
Every time he
bat.
sees me,
Yeah, well, that
you
was
know.
even bigger respect because the mom took care of it at that point. The mom knew that was bad. She was mad at. So when I got hit with that metal baseball bat, I was furious, but I immediately
But
caught
she
it.
knew he was wrong, right?
Yeah, and I didn't go
There you
after
go.
him, and it was like I wanted to. Trust me, I really did. That fucking thing hurt, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Something about my head is thicker than most heads. All right, I have taken a beating all my life. I won't
He's
even
like, that
lie.
is the only reason I survived that hit.
I just the amount of fucking abuse that my body has gone through. I still continue to
Damn,
put
bro,
it
sorry to
through.
hear that.
It's life. And it was more of like some of it my choice, some of it out of nowhere. And then you get to a point where it's all right. It ain't that big of a deal, but depends on how you deal with the situation. Because there has been times too I have gone off the hinge and just beat the fuck out of somebody, and they said I broke their ribs, and I was like, and I left. I ran home. I won't even lie. I got on my bike. I dished. It was already at the
No,
end
it
of the end of
happens.
school, and it
It
was.
happens. I
Well, he
got I
scared the
got
shit
dished
out of
one
me,
time.
right? And he didn't. You don't scare someone that is just prone to punched the shit. I never punched anybody, but dude, he scared the fuck out of me. And then he goes to proceed. Yeah, that didn't hurt. And then something about that just kind of irked me. I stopped, right? I actually rationally thought about it, like, okay, I'm done. And then no, I decided once he said that didn't hurt. I'm like, oh yeah, motherfucker, okay. And I really fucking and then he said, I'm gonna tell the principal I think you broke my rib. And at that point, I'm like, oh, sorry, and left. Literally just left on my bike and went home that day. And he was a G. He never said anything about it. He
I was like, ah, shit, I'm in trouble.
Oh, dude, I fucking ran for it, dude. I know when trouble hits the fan, and I'm gone. I'm sorry.
I love it. Yeah,
I,
bro, it happens, bro. It
but you don't just go
happens, bro.
scaring anybody like that either. You gotta fucking. And he understood. I apologize for it. I never mean to like hurt anybody, but it's not my persona. The one I get mad at you though sometimes. Well, shit, you fucking. Maybe I may sound
No,
like it, but
it
it's only
happens because
because I can't beat you because you fucking
my
Jew me.
dad had to come to school almost every day. He tells me to this day he has to come. He had to come to school almost every day because I was in a match or in a fight, a fist fight or something. He was like, trying to defend me, but they couldn't let him actually get inside and defend me,
You
because
know, I never had that
he
issue,
can't be
and the
there.
thing is, I never did a fight that I couldn't finish. So that was kind of the difference between me. If there was trouble, oh, I handled it pretty quickly. There was a senior that wanted to break my jaw like glass, but the thing is, he was shorter as fuck. So I stood up and I looked at him. I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of broke my jaw when I was little. I'm thinking in my mind. So what are you gonna do that is gonna break my jaw? It's maybe prone to breaking, but I guarantee you, I'm gonna break your fucking face in right after, motherfucker. Like,
Damn.
no, dude, and everybody gave me major respect
He
after
was trying
that.
to bully you like how?
Because he thought he could. He was just an asshole. He thought I was weak and all this and shit. I'm not backing down to shit, man. When I was in high school, I just no one fucked with me because I definitely would fuck you up. All right, you may get a good couple of licks in, but my rage eventually will. I don't know. I wouldn't say that exactly because there was a couple of people that would 100% hands down beat me, but I would like to say that I would probably
Damn,
get
bro.
him eventually. Wally was the exception because he's 360 pounds. There was nothing I could do for Wall. But
So Wally was trying to fucking bully you? Is that what you're trying to say?
no, but he was just the exception if I try to like fight
Yeah,
Wall. There was
yeah,
just
yeah. I see, I
nothing.
see.
He was like
Yeah, yeah,
SpongeBob in that case. Like,
yeah.
again, he punches that shit out. I'm like, that's not going to work out for me at all.
Damn.
So, but I never was, he was pretty cool. He never, ever, we were always cool, me and Wall. We never had issues. There was a couple of people that were like, but I was relatively friendly with everybody, and anybody that was relatively trying to be mean was just a jackass in general. And they got what they got, so. And
I see.
honestly, the dude never like you said, once you kind of stand up for yourself, they respect you. So like he never really he kind of respected that, and we never got into it again. We kind of like had some moments where we teamed up too, which wasn't too bad. So Zach Schutz, if you're listening to this, you weren't too bad of a kid. I hope your anger management kid, you should kind of calm down. I know you were the guy had a very broly girlfriend at the moment that would beat the shit out of him, I heard. So I can kind of understand, like, wanting to beat someone up. Because I can get it when, I heard some stuff. And if he's having a better life, hopefully, out there, all that shit. But, yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's just based off how you go about life. And it can be pretty crazy sometimes because, you never know. I've always been pretty nice with people. I hope nothing. The weight's been kind of going. I hope nothing else continues to happen. But I somehow have been very unlucky when it comes to unfortunate accidents. I do sense a couple more, sadly. I don't know why, but it's just what my body's telling me. Hopefully, I'll be fine. But yeah, it's just part of life, though. When you go to the end of
Yeah.
it, it just can't help it in the end of the day. So,
No, no. I agree, bro. It's part of life.
yeah.
It's hard to deal with sometimes, but it's part of life. Also,
Well,
before throwing it, let me be right back, man. I need to pee real quick.
okay.
Talk with Big Mac. What's up, Big Mac? Tell him, Big Mac, what's up? Oh yeah, Big Mac.
Good afternoon, Big Mac. I've got myself a new mic. What do you think of it? Hello, amigo. ¿Cómo estás? How you doing, man? How you doing, Big Mac? Sorry. Yeah, I get that. My fucking job's been a pain in the ass lately, dude. They got me on shorter hours, and then it's like they expect me to do more on shorter hours, and then I look at them like kiss my ass. Well, it's just my work wants me to do more things for less hours, and it's like, okay, you're gonna pay me more for this shit, and it's like, no, man. So the hourly to work rate range is so fucking stupid if you don't know like how to, experience is it's definitely a good thing, but man, they Jew ya if I'm being honest when it comes to certain pay rates. So I also got a new mic. What do you think of it, Big Mac? I got myself an actual recording mic. If I need to back up a little bit, I shall, but we got one of those nice ones where I can get up and close and personal. Yeah, is your job working you a lot? Yeah, I feel it. Right now, my job has me for less hours, but they're trying to make me work more for the hours I do work, and it's like you guys are out of your fucking mind. But I can only imagine how it's like for a manager like you, because you're the head of security, right? You're the head of security, right? So I can only imagine how it's like for you, because being a manager is just not easy. It makes it tough to do your job sometimes, I understand. I fight with this girl a lot too, a lot of the times. That I have a lot of issues sometimes, from time to time. She tells me I don't do my job, but then I tell her, why the fuck do I come to work then? And it's a big issue in this day-to-day age that keeps coming up, and it's like we keep fighting for shit that shouldn't have to be fought for when it comes to just general realization of knowing what to do and not just being a dipshit about the job that you're at. And it's just so tough nowadays, dude, because I am under the reign of two goddamn managers, and it sucks. And I don't think they'll listen to this, so, Anthony and Reina, if you guys ever hear this, you're the worst goddamn fucking managers in goddamn existence. Fucking hope both of you take the end of two cocks at the same time. Fucking both of you can suck it. But yeah, it's just like it's ridiculous, dude. It's not like it takes fucking thing. And then I got customers telling me some nice things that I should be a manager, I should be running the place. It's just like, man, thank you. I really do appreciate that. It gives me a good confidence boost. But it's like, fuck.